everyone. Sorry we were a little late. I had a quick shower and forgot we had to start in a couple minutes. Alright, anyway, uh, welcome to Spy Party Competitive League Season 5.
Yay!
Yay! This is crazy. How is this 5 seasons already? It's actually, the Season 5 seemed to start up pretty quick compared to Season 4. Anyway, we're here to go through 3 games. well, yeah, clean toast. That's great. Okay, anyway, we got a couple of awesome casters here, Pwn Noob
Yep.
and Yeesh.
What's up?
Two PAX goers last year.
Yeah, we've all met.
Yeah, that's something. All right. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off with an iron game. Ranmilia and Gabrio. Let's take a look at these. Let's see. Actually, I never really looked at their picks and bans, did I? I should have done that. But anyway, here we go. All right, now I got them. Let's go through. Okay, so Ranmilia. I assume that's how you say that. Banned Terrace. It's an understandable ban.
Mhm.
Feel like there's still probably a lot of people not comfortable with this map yet. And that's not working, is it? Alright, here, oh, I know what I did.
By the way,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
thing still says SpyParty Competitive League 4.
Oh,
on
that
the,
one does.
on the
Yeah,
pick
you can
ban.
ignore that one.
And we'll get there.
Yeah, I'll get there. I updated everything except for that little bit. I did one other little goof here. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay. And that's... There we go. Alright. There you go. That should work now. Alright. Maybe it won't. Yep. Because I once again selected the wrong thing. Alright. One more second.
While we're waiting on Cletus.
I'm good. Alright.
Welcome to SCL5, guys. So we're going to have this cast, and we also have the NA cast for anybody who's not familiar. Tomorrow will be 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Alright, and then, so yep, I'm good to go now. So now the second ban is, Balcony. Also, understandable ban if you hate fun. Or coin flip maps. Alright, and the first pick, ooh, a good one. Map I probably should have picked in my game, actually. Gallery.
Yeah, Gallery is going to be a really great map. A lot of space to work with, especially compared to a map like Balcony. And this will be doubled, so each player will play twice on this map as Spy and Sniper. So there will be 4 games overall, so the start of the set will be pretty important.
Oh yeah. And then the next one, another big one, is Library.
Yeah, Library is the most popular map in SCL.
Yeah, it has been last season for sure. And I think it's going to continue that way. The next map, ooh, we may get to see TN going here.
Yeah, if the set goes long enough, that this will be the first inaugural casted TN game.
Yeah.
For SCL at least.
Yeah, let's hope we get there. I have actually not, I don't think I've played that map yet.
Oh goodness, Cletus, you don't admit that to the Diamond people who are in chat.
It's okay. I actually, yeah. Maybe I should start practicing. Anyway, the next pick and next and final pick, I believe, is Courtyard.
Yeah, so this is best first to 7. So the set can end before we see potential Courtyard.
Yep.
But Courtyard would be the last map if we get there.
If we get there. We shall see. Anyway, let's get to it here. Go away. All right, and we are ready to go. Once I figure out. Whoops. Oh, let's not have it start right away.
Just for a bit of background on these players, they are both pretty new to this game. Um, they're both just starting up. They both have about 500 games. I've noticed Gabrio be a little bit more active on the stream, on SpyParty, and he has a
Yeah.
little bit more games than Ranmilia. But this should definitely be a competitive game. They're both
All right.
decently active, and these are some pretty big maps with a lot of opportunities for the Spy to work with, and
All right.
probably not some random shot like a balcony. Oh, you were talking during BB, now you just die. So I think this should be a fairly even playing ground.
um.
Tan,
Oh man, the starting
crazy
spot. Three up bookcase right at the start. You could just shoot
to
right
see
now, and you'd get him.
first
All right. Anyway.
Tan will
Oh, let me go
be that.
full screen. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready to go.
Okay. In that case,
Oh
let's
yeah.
get
Oh
SCL3 started. Are you ready, Yish?
wait. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And Cletus, tell me when you're ready.
Give me a minute here. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, okay, I see. All right, there we go. I guess I'm in studio mode. It seems like they've changed the way it works a little bit. Anyway, we're good now.
Okay. Then let's get SCL5 started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We got Ranmilia on Spy playing Irish, taking AI control to get started, and Gabrio on Sniper.
Starting off with letting the AI control wherever the person goes to make sure that if Irish does a crazy path, that it'll look AI enough at least.
This is a start. We missed pad to start. I think we were going in for the flirt, but just a small pathing error. It doesn't look like it's been caught. Instead, we're going outside here.
Yeah, those big conversations can be tough to fit into.
Okay, we're in position for a bug. It's gallery, so being at the front window often means that you get away with it. Oh goodness, that bug.
Just in time.
I'm not sure if that was
Also,
intended, but it was amazing. Became a behind the back instead of an in combo bug because the ambassador left.
yeah, it was a really nice bug there. And we're going to get this fingerprint as well, so now we've
It's
made decent
difficult.
progress.
We will have to do the action test, and we'll have to do it while walking, which is always a bit harder. We could even combo this if we get the fingerprint. Oh, nope, ambassador didn't take the drink, and we didn't hit the action test. Unfortunate. So we eat the highlight for nothing.
Yes, so we're going to be a little bit behind here because getting other hardtails done might be difficult, but we do have the bug, which seemingly went off free.
Yeah.
So
So we
we
got
are in
one flirt.
decent shape here.
We got our bug off. Yeah. Gallery is not a map that you have too much time to wait around because you can't do or complete inspects in one visit. For example, green purloin. That'll get us some missions completed. If not, just someone shot.
This bail is really, really nice here. Oh, we get shot though. I like that bail from
Good shot.
Ranmilia. If she's not, if Irish was not highlight there, I think they have a pretty good chance of getting away with that.
Yeah.
Mostly because they can go down and BB, they're away from everybody, and they'll break up the flirt. So that would put them in a really nice position to win. Just getting highlight for the fingerprint that unfortunately did not work out.
Yeah, and I think it's obviously a good shot because the spy's dead. I'm surprised he shot immediately instead of keeping danger alive, but when it's a spy, and he might have even got a hint of the bug, it's a good shot. Moving on to the next game, we're gonna have Gabrio starting up as Disney in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Reminder for everyone who's sort of new to this is that uh, Ranmilia will have another shot as Spy after this game. So this map will be pretty important to see how momentum will swing. If Gabrio can get a Spy win here, that's a really nice start for him.
Both players starting off well. I always get concerned with new players, especially in their first SCL game, that they just become too hesitant and waste time. Both players going in for quick flirts. Uh, Gabrio taking away the book for potential microfilm in the future. This is healthy spy party. This is not playing afraid.
Yeah, and now we've broken up the flirt as well, which is nice. We got enough distance, but kept ST in range so that he's not in danger of bailing on us. And if we
Okay,
get a
we're
green test here, we might even complete Seduce right away.
Gabrio is 100% on green test so far, 2 for 2. Flirt
Re-
done.
really nice start, especially since flirt can be a killer on this map if you're not very careful about it. You have to really manage your ST and how fast you get that done. So really nicely done. We'll have to see if Gabriel wants to just hang on to this book, maybe put it in blue, or if he'll try to return and maybe get a little light.
Uh-oh. On the sniper side. Oof. Okay, so what happened there? Seek's conversation spot got taken. The ambassador went into the conversation. There just was nowhere else to go in that conversation that he would fit. So he did a stop and then redirected it, looks like, to the briefcase. Ranmilia does not look to be familiar with that. It's actually a fairly common thing on Gallery that people end up stopping outside that door. It results in a Gabrio win, but Gabrio was playing well as spy, and then the AI gave him a free win.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're a beginner and you're playing against other beginners, this stop looks 100% like a beginner that just missed the pad and forgot to keep on pressing W. But when you're playing against somebody that knows what they're doing, stops usually end up actually becoming more AI-like, which is kind of funny. At a higher level, AI stops are going to be more of probably a thing you're going to get low lit for rather than something you're going to shoot for. So that just comes down to a little bit of unfamiliarity with how the pathing system works on Gallery.
Yeah, it's gonna be experience. These players are playing well, but the one thing that they're not gonna have ever in this situation is competitive experience or experience with weird AI things. Moving on to the next game, it's going to be our run back of Gallery because maps are doubled for the first 8 games. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, planet.
Really important thing for Ranmilia here is after you've just lost 2 games in a row is to just keep your bearing. Don't get too worried about the situation and keep on playing some good Spy Party. And now we're in a really nice position to get this bug.
Eat the highlight though. Gabrio's paying attention. Um, we do get the mission. I think it's probably still worth it. We just need to get moving here. The ST's coming towards us potentially. We could do flirt.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Good decision to wait and see where the ST's going instead of trying to chase.
Oh come on. Yeah, ST's flirting with us. This is brilliant.
But
More
yeah,
green
and we hit the
tests.
green tests. It's going really well for us. I understand why we bugged there because it worked really well the last time, even though it was a little more visible on the previous game as Irish. But this time, even though it was probably more hidden, Gabriel was paying way more attention.
Yeah, so we're in a situation. Conversations are quite full. The double agents on the wrong side of the party. It looks like we're just choosing the timer flirt here, which is good. Never a
Yeah,
bad choice.
especially since the ST is outside. If you decide to go back to like the bookshelves or the big conversation, it's going to take a long time to walk back out to the front if the ST stays here. So getting this timer flirt and then maybe leaving after you get this flirt is going to be a wise decision.
Looking at the sniper side, we have really only one highlight, and it's Ranmilia. So we got general too, but Gabrio's not got too many people that he's particularly watching. This might be a tough spot to get out from under.
Yeah, very interesting that he is not deciding to highlight for statues. Maybe something that Ranmilia can exploit in later games. That he's not doing this, and maybe you can get some free softail progress.
Okay, so this
But
is mission. This is mission completion. My concern is if Gabrio is watching, a second inspect might result in death after the potentially seen bug. But it's a good start. Also opens up inspect swap as a choice. Oh, we go in for the flirt, but Alice is having none of it. We'll have to chase her down. We're running out of time.
And funnily enough, Alice does the exact same stop as Seek did on the previous game on her way to the briefcase. But briefcase is going to really delay our mission progress here because we need to wait for the ST to go somewhere.
Yeah, we have the option here, and I think we're gonna take it of doing the banana bread. We do,
Banana bread.
and yeah, and double agent bails out. We still need to finish this flirt and probably inspect. I'm not sure we have enough time. We might need to flex a new mission. Do
Yeah,
swap, for
maybe.
example?
Actually, yeah, honestly, might be the only play we have here.
I'm interested. So we're gonna get this inspect. We might get shot for it anyways. The option is swap here or go out for flirt. We're running away for flirt. Yeah, we take the bullet anyways.
That might have just been for inspects. The lead was also a bit quick, mostly because Ranmilia did need to rush down and get the last flirt within the last 10 seconds, which
Do
is
you
perfectly reasonable, but Gabrio might have seen that quick put down and leave.
do you
And
think we were making it to the seduction target anyways?
yeah, at her pace, I think we do. At
Hmm.
Ranmilia's pace.
Yeah, we got shot
Again,
around 10
as long
seconds, I
as
think.
the Disney does not block in conversation, there might not be enough space, honestly, in that conversation for the spy to fit in.
Yeah, for two iron level players who I don't think anybody's particularly familiar with because nobody could have had too many games. These guys are both making real good decisions. And it's good spy getting shot by good sniper in this game. Moving
Yeah,
on to
good
the
patient.
next. Yeah, good patience, not just shooting for the presumed bug because presumed bugs are sometimes not actual bugs. Getting started on this last gallery game, score looking at 3-0, though both players playing well. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Gabrio again going to start off with this early books. Maybe this is his game plan against Ranmilia after all, just to do some microfilm quite early.
Yeah, I do like early books because you can either run away with it or you can do the microfilm during like late time of chaos. Time of chaos being those like first 10 seconds where everybody's still running around and you gotta be memorizing statues and making sure the ambassador doesn't get bugged randomly. We're in a what is an innocent conversation. There's no double agent or seduction target here currently.
Important to know about Gabrio's positioning is that this position is perfect for a reverse bug. We decide not to take it actually. In that previous position, you could actually sit there. The ambassador commonly takes that path around the right side of that conversation, and you can get a good reverse bug, especially with pearls. But Gabrio decides to go for the fingerprint instead.
Yeah, there's a couple ways you can win spy games, right? You can make good decisions, or you can just hit every single green test that you want to hit. I think Gabrio is still not had a single white test yet. He's 3 for 3. Okay, we're gonna flirt? No, we're going to the other window. There's a white test. White testing on the time head. And we're running out of there as fast as Pearls is able to do with her long dress.
Yeah, being a slow character on Gallery is going to exemplify the time issues. So you might have to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to what missions you're completing.
Yeah, there are perks though. Both the slower characters in orange dress and white dress, or Pearls as we call her, have really good bugs and are otherwise pretty innocuous. It's just Gallery is a hard map to finish missions on with the facets of characters. Um, if you're gonna just continue doing missions though, we're gonna get there. This is an inspect following up with.
Yeah, and this is a nice decision, mostly because we saw the ambassador at the other set of statues, so we will be able to complete inspect and fingerprint when we go over there. So that's really going to be a lot of mission progress for us if Ranmilia misses that. So now all we need is one more mission. It might be a bit too late to flirt, but we should be able to get one more mission somewhere. Then
Yeah,
finish off with that bottom statue inspect. Ooh, Disney just takes it though. That's going to force Gabrio into hitting a green test if he wants fingerprint.
he's been hitting so many greens that I believe in him, but the I mean the nice thing about statues, right, is if you miss the fingerprint, you can at least still do the swap if time's not permitting. I'm kind of missing the fact that we didn't get the flirt at Windows earlier because this is now our first flirt. It's not. Scratch that. Or not our first flirt. Little man runs away.
And
This is
the
a
time ad
fine.
again.
Yeah, this is a fine time ad in that we're
Banana
running
bread.
out of time. Banana bread. There's a lot of lowlights if Ranmilia wants them, and she does. I
Yeah,
do.
BB down in the bottom conversation is going to be pretty risky because you don't know where the SDA is. Fortunately, the SDA was in the top conversation, so we're not going to be settling all of our uh, making sure that the only bottom conversation is the only real DA. Fortunately for us.
So we don't grab the difficult printable statue, and for good reason. We're going for the swap. So our body's in front of the statue. It's green test anyways, so the next person who comes up will pick up the statue, swap it, and their body will be in front of the statue. It's time to see if Amelia's paying attention. It's going to be a
And
low light who takes it.
yeah, interestingly enough, Ranmilia has not had a single highlight on anybody except the ambassador. So very interesting that they don't choose to highlight anybody and just instead play it all in their head.
Statue's somewhat visible, but it's a low light. If it gets noticed, we're shot. If it doesn't, because a low light took it, we're good to go. In this case, we're good to go. This is a 4-0 lead for Gabrio.
Yeah, really good from him. Just decent awareness of how much mission progress he had and what he needed to do. Those were some pretty decently timed time ads to ensure that he was going to complete missions.
I'm just scared for everybody in Iron that you have to deal with this many green tests. It's like playing Yu Yeesh.
except except when you're on a low FPS. But yeah, Gabrio overall playing really well there.
We're going to be moving on to Library, which is a 5 of 8 map, so you're going to have to complete 5 missions compared to 4. We do have a bit more time than Gallery, and if anybody's not familiar, it's a much unique map in that you have to can only see about 1/3 or half the map at a time with the way the laser works. Let's get started, but I really do want to note the spy choice in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We are Little Man.
The pick if you're down 4-0 and you need a spy.
Exactly. Okay, seduction target doesn't feel like letting her get our game on, so we're just gonna end up in this empty conversation, looking at the rest of the party like a good spy player does.
And I was just about to say Ranmilia was doing a perfect etiquette there by sipping at the correct time. I was going to be super impressed, but leaves a little bit after. Uh, to know for all the etiquette people wanting to watch etiquette out there, it's one cycle, idle cycle in conversation, and then a bail. But in Iron, who's really going to be catching that anyways, right?
I'd, I'd watch out. Someone like Belial's like in Copper or something. Um, we have absolute killers in almost every division, if not just every division. We haven't got a mission done. We're a minute into this game. Seduction target's not helping. Ambassador's taking a book out and then never put it back in, and our double agent has statues. So I don't blame Ranmilia here. It's just real unfortunate.
Yeah, I do not mind the slow play though. We've been highlight early, both spy games, and lost both spy games. So going for the slow play and then do missions later, I think could be a very strong idea. Let Gabrio develop some highlights that he's tunneling onto, and then get your missions done while you're neutral lit.
Question for you, Yeesh. I know Gabrio did a couple time ads last game. Do you think that now that you're 4 games in, that time ads are a good idea if all you know about your opponent is that they did time ads?
It might be a good idea just to mind game them. As Ranmilia, for sure, you have a very fast watch check animation.
Oh yeah, for
So I
sure.
think that could be a good decision. We might honestly have to do it just because of how far behind we are.
Yeah, we got a nice quick flirt in here, please.
And that was again a really nice decision to go inspect. You realize Gabrio's not highlighting for that, so that's just free mission progress.
Okay. The other option other than time ads is go do missions. We're gonna do this purloin. It's white, but we're kind of behind the pole. And
Yeah,
if
Gabrio's not
Toby
really
wants to
paying
run away,
attention.
yeah, Toby's like because this conversation's empty except for Twin, who's against the wall. It means that Toby's now running around outside of the conversation. If the actual purloin wasn't caught, we might get away with it. We get the highlight because we are still holding the drink.
And that really got to make you wonder, what if Ranmilia had bailed earlier? I don't think Gabrio would have seen it, because he was over looking at
Banana
the
bread.
right when that happened.
Yeah, laser play and the idea of just watching where the laser's at and then making decisions from that is particularly valuable on library for sure. Okay, we're making quick progress here. Seduction target not helping, but we just need to flirt, inspect, and then potentially swap. Will probably be the fifth mission.
Banana bread.
Fake BB instead, and yeah, Gabrio's now just proven to us that he's really good at catching these purloins. That's two purloins that he's caught. One green and this white test that was behind a pole.
Yeah, what ended up happening there is that Ranmilia, running out of time, probably didn't think that they could complete missions and felt like they were forced to frame somebody else.
Oh, for
But
sure.
when you're the top suspect and you try to frame, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So, a
I,
not
I
a decent attempt. That's basically your only shot there if you don't think you can complete missions.
I mean, Gabrio just proved that he's willing to shoot for BB or Banana Bread and Purloin. The problem is we were the person who got shot, but in a different situation there, he might have forced a wrong shot into a civilian. Moving on, we got Gabrio on the spy side. He's up by quite a bit at this point. It's going well, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Starting off relatively simple, maybe a bug here at the start of the game. No, we take a weird path through the conversation there, not going for the bug. Thought that could have been a decent chance for a wrong arm, but looks like Gabrio was not interested.
Yeah, if snipers cared about every single weird path, though, they would be busy the whole game. AI are very weird. Spies are sometimes weird.
Oh yeah, especially on library, you see a lot of AI cut through conversation in order to get to some locations. So highlighting for cutting through a conversation probably not going to be the main thing.
Okay. We could have lined up a bug. We decided instead here we're gonna start up our inspects. Um, are we gonna get highlight for this?
I mean, Ranmilia hasn't been highlighting for anything. The only person that's been highlighted so far is Smallman. Now that might just be for being Smallman, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, the thing with I don't love about not highlighting is that you're playing against a twin, and if you see one twin do one inspect, and then you see a twin later doing another inspect, you're now having to make that into memory and make sure that you aren't just shooting a twin when they've only done one inspect and the other twin was doing half the job. They aren't actually working together, no matter how it seems. Okay, we're running out of time here. We're almost half time done, and all we have is one inspect. Not even a flirt to our name.
Yeah, on library it's going to be a little bit easier to get that done. Yeah, it looks like Gabriel is going to be favoring these missions again. Inspect microfilm. Looks like he's basically gone for the same game plan, at least in every game we've seen so far.
Microfilm goes off, and I think it was a good choice. The ambassador and Toby were on the other side of the party, so Ranmilia was distracted, which Gabriel may well have made that decision knowing that.
Yeah,
So
that's one of the
good,
main
good choice.
things I see people complain about is that library, oh, you have to get really lucky with the laser. But honestly, it's more about party positioning. If the activity is on the left side, then it's a good decision to do something on the right side.
That was on screen, and there's a highlight. I think he might be the first highlight of the game there, Gabriel.
Yeah, the only
Ow.
second to Smallman, and Smallman
Second.
might even be low lit here because of he probably couldn't have purloined. And now his drink is gone.
Yeah. Gulp. I mean, you don't have to shoot for Gulp, but Gulp not noticed, I would say. We're running ourselves out of time. We got the green time ad, but we're high lit for a good reason, for purloin in the face of the sniper. Gabrio is gonna have to pull something tricksy here.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell Ranmilia is focused on this, even though Toby and Amba were on the left side. Her camera was still on Gabrio, ensuring that he wasn't doing anything spy-like. And you can even tell now that he's
Yeah, yeah. You don't feel good about that microfilm, unlike the first one. That's a bullet into your shoulder. And Amelia's on the board.
yeah, not a terrible decision either. If you don't think you're highlight, that's not probably not too bad honestly, because again, Amba and Toby are on the right side, thinking that Ranmilia will probably be looking over there instead of looking at your blue microphone.
Okay, so Remilia's on the board. It's still 5-1, but I think both players are playing well enough that either player could end up winning games. It's just making sure that you're not letting any more purloins or microfilms go past you if you're Remilia's sniper. We got more library coming up. These double maps result in a lot of uh, play. Like, do you want to do the same missions that you did last time when you know it didn't work?
We'll have to see. But I did like the start there, not getting highlight, just getting caught out on the purloin. That was what really cost us there. We'll see if Ranmilia picks a different mission.
Okay, we got mom start in 3, 2, 1, planet. I love
Personally, I
that we
love fingerprint on this map. Fingerprint inspect is like one of the better finishes,
I
but
mean,
we'll have to see.
it's a
It
lot of
requires
noise,
a lot of
right?
yeah, it
There's
requires a lot of planning. It requires you not getting highlight. But so far, I haven't seen too many highlights coming out from Gabrio for soft tells, so I think that could be the way to go. But we'll have to see.
Okay, so yeah, Ambassador is doing middle statue. So in theory, you could do inspects, fingerprint, and swap for 2.5 missions.
It would be
Which
a pretty valuable mission right there.
I
That's
think,
why fingerprintable statues are some of the most highly contested positions, just for people getting highlight footwork, because it's so valuable for the spy to go there.
Ranmilia again, another white flirt. Gabriel has definitely been winning the action test game. Ranmilia making her way back towards the ambassador and the double agent. This would be a reasonable time to get that fingerprint on the books or statues. We're doing
Coming up with
books.
this flirt instead of going for the timer flirt. I like this. Going for soft tills early. And
Yeah.
yeah, Gabrio not going to be highlighting for that, so this might be free. We'll see how well Gabrio can track this though, because most people try to avoid just giving away fingerprints for free.
Okay, we had the white microfilm, but the laser doesn't seem to have caught it. Ambassador on the other side of the party being distracting. Always good.
This seems really nice. We have good game plan here. We could even, instead of going to the middle statue with the print, we could even go to the blue bookshelf and get the fingerprint there.
And the microphone.
Right. So a lot of progress already, and I think we have a pretty decent game plan of how we're going to win.
Yeah. Um, what's Gabrio up to on the sniper side? We got a couple highlights. I would hope that Ranmilia is one of them here soon with the middle statue.
Yeah, Gabrio hasn't been highlighting for statues yet. Let's see if he highlights for a middle statue with a completion.
I'm not even sure it's seen. I don't think he's been over there. There we go. He's finally looked over and seen Ranmilia here, chilling at middle statue. Good mission
Yeah, no
completion.
highlight.
Um, the only concern here, right, is that we're dependent on some AI. We need a double agent to be cool. If we're gonna bug the ambassador, we need the ambassador to help us out. Not choosing the bug there with the bug path.
Not too sure about this, mostly because now we're missing out on the print at the blue bookshelf. But looks like Ranmilia was more worried about microfilm done as soon as possible.
Yeah. So we get the microfilm. We green test it, but I think it was off screen anyways. We got a minute left. We want to get another print, which we can do at blue bookcase.
Yeah, now at both middle statues are printable, so
we
we
have
can go to
options
either
here.
now.
The other option,
Banana
obviously,
bread.
just say banana bread. Or got options. We could swap even purloin. We are right behind the pole if we want purloin.
Yeah, and I don't think Gabrio will shoot Ranmilia here. This has been a really nicely played game.
This is high level spy.
We just need to print.
I'm
We have a ton of options. Are we going to notice and go to one of them?
okay. I don't love purloin over print, but we're gonna do it. Purloin behind the pole. And
Gabrio's not looking.
Gabrio's looking at absolutely nowhere. Is he baiting statues or something? I don't even know, man. Yeah, as that purloin
Yeah.
goes off, he comes over with like a second or two left, and it's just all too late. Good win by Ranmilia, just solid all the way through. But I have no clue what Gabrio was looking at. He's either incredibly high level, it's like watching Irish at statues with the side of his camera or something, but I he just has a bunch of neutral lights there just talking. Maybe time ad? I don't know.
Yeah, that just comes down to a bit more awareness from Ranmilia, understanding where prints are on the map, and then you can go complete. If you don't know where prints are, then I think Purloin is a decent option. It's a bit more safe if you're unsure of what has a print and what doesn't. But
Dude,
yeah,
I,
overall, a great game.
whoever suggested casting this game, thank you, because this is a really nice start to SCL to see two players brand new to SCL. Gabrio only slightly more competitive in that he did Winter Cup, but they're both playing really well, and they're not showing the signs of nerves beyond maybe just not taking this fingerprint and submitting to time pressure here. But you still got the W. Okay, so this is last game of Library. Gabrio up 5-2, but Ranmilia on a bit of a comeback here. See if they can keep it going in 3, 2, 1, planet. Ooh, that's straight into statues. And straight swap. I love it. Let's go.
Yeah, you've beaten Ranmilia there, and now I
Uh-oh,
don't
three hit
they
statues, but only
yeah
the middle statue highlight. I don't
uh,
think I think it's telling, right, that you didn't get highlight for the statue, that they're not afraid of the swap,
yeah, it
especially if
didn't
you
even
got
look
the
like they
highlight
were
on tape.
going to yeah, didn't even look like they were going to memorize statues early on. So not really aware that swap could have been completed that early.
Oh, come on. So we've already done the swap, and Gabrio's like, let me show you this one. I'm going to also do the purloin. It's white. Let's see if there's a reaction to it.
Ranmilia is
Definitely
looking at it,
seeing.
but maybe not entirely sure who could have done it. No immediate highlights or lowlights coming out.
One of the nice things here is our drink is hidden behind Mom and our bodies. We sip it, though. We're acknowledging that we have a drink, and we're going to eat a highlight. Yep.
Nice. Ranmilia took their time there to ensure that they didn't get any bad highlights or lowlights. Made sure that they were highlighting and lowlighting the correct people. So that is pretty nice there. It can be very easy to get flustered when a purling
Banana bread.
happens.
The problem I think we're going to run into is if Ranmilia gets too clever and counts missions and says, okay, I know that you've done an inspect, I know you've done purloin, I know you've done the contact double agent, but doesn't count the swap, we might just be overly patient if we're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Inspect and Seduce will win us the game. Maybe Gabrio feels like there's too much heat here.
More lowlights coming off. Ranmilia is making good decisions. They're a bit delayed from what's happening, but it's resulting in a very cut down party. We've got like 2 highlights and 4 neutral lights coming across. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like 3 highlights.
at this point, the game is won as long as Ranmilia will shoot for Inspect. But
Yeah,
Gabrio looks like he's not even going to go for Inspects or Seduce at this time. So I don't know how he's going to end up completing.
yeah. So the problem is with the early swap in this situation is we can't do inspect swap because we've already swapped. It would be nice to be able to swap 2 statues, but it's just not happening. We pit stop in the conversation before going for the flirt. Big 51, that's absolutely huge.
This is really the moment of truth here. If Ranmilia understands how much mission progress Gabrio has.
Okay, so we can win with the green flirt close. Get another 49 to 51. And seduction target is not helping. Where are they going? We just see them pass away in the night.
Man, Ranmilia is scaring me here. There's a bug path by the spy there, and Ranmilia was off camera there.
Ooh, nice shot. So white time ad and Ranmilia doesn't need to shoot for the last mission. She can shoot for time ad. And it's the spy, so who cares?
Yeah, Gabrio feeling as though Seduce going back and talking would get him shot, so went for the time ad, but Ranmilia finally punishing it, so really nicely done there.
I don't know why that bug wasn't taken.
Yeah, the snipers previously, the sniper's view was entirely off camera there, but
Yeah.
Gabrio felt like he had too much heat in order to get that off.
But the
So
cane
the
bug.
best thing? The best thing about this comeback by Ranmilia is we get to cast some Taeyan.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Taeyan.
What a,
So much progress, so many things that can happen on this map. The options are endless.
what a beautiful map, by the way. I'm just looking at the start and just the background is. Well, I mean, we have Terrace too. Terrace is also beautiful, but Taeyan's definitely up there in one of the just prettiest maps to look at. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Uh-oh. Ranmilia playing Danger Man. And AI controls straight to statues. Oh, goodness.
And that's a swap, and we don't die? Not yet?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Sometimes you press the buttons and you die. The only question there is, was it purposeful, or was it an action priority? And in this case, I don't think it really matters. That's a
Yeah, it
situation you end up
seems
swapping anyway.
unintentional. We'd have to get Ranmilia to confirm, but I don't think swapping when you do not have a shoji to block you is the greatest idea.
Oh yeah,
I don't
and
know. I don't know though.
the shot was delayed too. Like Gabrio didn't see the fade necessarily, but he saw the swap statue. Okay, Ranmilia does confirm in chat that it was purposeful, but they misunderstood the side that the sniper was on. They thought that they were behind the shoji.
Yeah, that's actually something I run into a lot as well. It's
Yep.
hard to really get oriented at the start of this map where the sniper is. Always have to just look at books right away so I understand where the sniper is coming from.
Yep.
Because the green book will always be in the back.
I rely on Damon, and Damon's not trustworthy because it takes Damon 20 seconds to get through the mess of people sometimes. So sometimes he's just not there. Okay. We got some spy tan. Are we getting more little man? No, we're getting twin this time. In 3,
And
2,
yeah,
1, go.
Gabrio now on match point. Ranmilia is going to need to sweep them all to
Bug.
tie.
We got the Bagoo. Let's go. It's Chaos Bug. It was very much visible, but it doesn't matter because visible at the beginning of Tan, when everything is going on, is kind of a misnomer.
Yeah,
At the
sometimes
effect.
it's good not to bug early because you might just get an even better bug
Banana bread.
later. But honestly, so right now we're in the classic Tayan position.
2.5
Where,
missions done, and we're just past 3 minutes.
oh yeah, and now we have so many options. Honestly, we could even go inspect swap right now if we just wanted to try and go for a win.
I think
And just try to surprise Ranmilia on timing.
flirting it is probably
Banana bread.
the more kosher option, but instead we're going with a fake banana bread. There's no
Fortunately, yeah, it's fake from Ranmilia's point of view as well. So maybe that'll put Ranmilia into a sense of security where Ranmilia knows that Gabrio is trying to frame somebody.
Goodness. Okay, so we're just doing innocent books. Gabrio is undecided as far as I can tell if he wants to rush or if he wants to do nothing. We're time adding. Okay. Playing
Yeah,
like me out here. This looks like
this
a
seems
Ponu game.
this just seems like a staple. Gabrio's going for the time adds almost every game, but hasn't really been caught too many times. The only time he was really caught was that library game where he was already a major suspect.
I don't love this. We've been to both bookcases, which isn't bad in itself, but if Ranmilia is not confident, and there's not much reason for anybody to ever be confident on TN, uh, they might assume that they missed two individual microfilms.
Yeah, that can look suspicious in and of itself.
Okay, we just haven't done anything for the last minute other than the time ad. Time ads aren't missions.
And we haven't really been like idling obviously, right? We've been sort of just in conversation or going to both bookshelves, so might just look suspicious. So Gabrio may be fishing for a low light that probably isn't going to come out.
Gabrio! Okay, we're doing a purloin apparently. It's somewhat behind the screen. The list
And
is
now it's
very
in
much
screen,
visible. Yeah, the list is very much visible, gone for the few moments there. And we're not dead.
but we're not highlight either. So this seems decent. And now we just inspect and win, maybe? We have a minute left though, so our options are still pretty wide open.
I thought he was going for the briefcase there. I'm just like, are we just doing one of everything?
The checker.
I thought the checker was taking a purloin just because Toby offered to you, which we, to be fair, just did. Okay, here we go. Close out the game with an inspect. Don't think the shot's coming off, but feel free to surprise me.
Yeah, this would be a tough shot. Oh, the
What are
safety
you
valve on
doing?
Toby.
Why does it say swap on my screen? Oh goodness. Okay, he picked up the statue and swapped it instead of inspecting. It's fine, I guess. Still win.
Yeah, it ended up working out, but it was unnecessarily risky.
Okay. Gabriel, my man, are you in chat? Tell me that you didn't mean to do that, please.
I think Gabrio may be watching from the past. I think he missed the start.
Okay. Cause that's 3 hard tells, and while the first 2 were fine, I don't have a problem with those. I do have a problem with that swap, man. Goodness.
Yeah, overall, well played on both sides. It was pretty good, well done overall, to be honest.
This is some of the better flirtless spy that I've seen, but I'm starting to question the fact that we've had multiple games where flirt just isn't getting done.
So with the rate of green tests, you can get float done pretty quick if you're.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Gabriel and you're just gonna hit every green, then sure, why not? Okay, so we're at match point here. It's 6-3 Gabrio. Rilla's
Oh
gonna need
no,
to
we
Oh, 7-3.
that was
that,
that
that,
was
that was
it.
that was
it.
game. Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
That was it. Unfortunately for Ranmilia, it was it was a nice little comeback there at the end, or
It
start
felt
of a comeback
closer.
anyway.
Yeah, it
Well,
felt
I mean
closer than 7-3.
that's how all these games are. Like the final score doesn't really show you how close the individual games were.
Yeah, I think it's been summarized perfectly by Ranmilia in chat, actually. Not too great about missing a few of those hard tells, but I think you've just proven to everybody in a public forum that you're not someone who should be slept on in Iron. I wouldn't want to run into these solid spy plays if I
Yeah.
was in Iron.
All right. Anyway, I guess we shall move on to the next match.